only only 8th out of 9, mate. So without further ado, welcome back. I think he's still lost at sea. It is Captain Russ. Sitting in 9th, Captain. What's gone wrong? 2 game weeks and you're sitting on a total of not even over 100, mate. 97. That's embarrassing.
You're on mute.
Yeah, I'll unmute you so you can talk to us.
I'd rather not say anything, to be quite honest. I had a shocker. I'm officially a bottom feeder for starters. Like, I'm right there at the bottom. I did the opposite to MVD. I didn't keep my original team, which I should have done. I transferred Ings out and Mane out. Brought in Martial. That was the biggest mistake. I learnt my lesson in regards to getting the Man United players in. But there you go. I should have basically kept my original squad. But De
Bruyne is a good shout, though, mate.
What's that?
De Bruyne was a good shout. Bringing De Bruyne in the old side. So he's 13 points. At least he kind of saved your blushes there.
He did, but he cost me 4 points because I took a hit as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And had you have kept Mane, you'd have got 16, and Ings, is it Ings you removed?
Yep.
And that was 12. So yeah, a bit of it was 11. Sorry for Ings, but yeah, a bit.
To be honest, I knew you lot. We weren't gonna get any Man City players in that first week. I was pretty sure that you were going to see how they were going to do. But so I thought, considering I was flop of the week last week, I thought I'd do some switches and maybe climb up that league. But I
mean, it was a good idea, mate. But you did the wrong switch. If you'd have taken out Aubameyang and stuck in De Bruyne, you'd be looking like a genius. But that's how it goes. I mean, to
be honest, last week I felt a bit tight. We gave you it so tight. I felt a bit harsh. We gave you it so tight. You weren't even on the call to defend yourself, and we ripped into his flop of the week. But looking at it, I think you probably deserved it.
Well, I think it's time for you to pull your socks up, mate. Look, at least I got better points than you this week, mate.
You must be happy with old Gareth Bale coming into the mix, though, Russ. On a lighter note, Gareth Bale you must have been absolutely smiling most of the week, other than your FPL score.
Exactly. I'm I can't believe it. He was obviously he was the key player, and he's just an amazing player. And I think having him into the team, I think we can hopefully expect a lot of things from Spurs this season. I mean, from Spurs' performance at the weekend as well. With Sonny banging
that front three
goals.
That front three is going to be dangerous now.
Yeah,
Son, Kane, and Bale. Exactly.
I don't know what Mourinho had said to them, but Kane had a different role in that game, and he played it superbly. His touches to Son were just exquisite. They were just perfection. So
the Southampton defence went missing. Let's be honest. I touched on that earlier. It was like they paid them off. It was
but did you see those those long balls? They were just perfect. They were just you couldn't have really wanted the ball any. It was almost on a plate for Son. He couldn't really do anything wrong. It was,
blinding assists. I mean, it was brilliant, but the amount of space, Son ain't getting that every week. And I think Tottenham, took full advantage of it. We saw Southampton lost in the first game week of the season as well, right? And I think they've got a lot of work to do. Although they lost to Palace, so did United. But not to shit on your parade or piss on your fire, but
at the same time, Ings, saying Southampton, I mean, Ings still got two in that game. So, he
did. And his first goal was blinding, by the way. Lovely takedown and finish. Yeah. But my question really is, and then for Bale coming in now, you Peller's touched on that. You've got Bale, you've got Son, you've got Kane. Is Bale coming in as a midfielder? I should hope so, and not a striker. And then, of those three, who do you take? I'm quite tempted by Bale, but
if you could, you'd take all of them. They're all going to have their very specific roles. And I think with Son and Bale, and feeding Kane, I think it's going to be And
realistically, you can't take all three. You can't take all three because then you're missing the likes of the Liverpool lads, the Man City lads.
You're too Tottenham heavy then.
You can maybe take two of them, but
we don't know how much Bale's going to cost, though, do we? I mean, I'm sure.
We were talking about that, weren't we? We think it'd probably be around the 10.5 mark, sort of the Bruno Fernandes kind of range. I don't see him coming in as 12. I think that would be too high. Don't you think? He can't really be coming in more than De Bruyne either. So
I think he's going to be real popular when he comes in. Now. I can see a lot of people getting on him.
He's injured though at the minute, isn't he? Did he pick up a knock playing for Wales? So I don't know if he's match fit, to be honest. So it might.
A few weeks, like 5 games he's got. He'll miss out.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, his price better drop then, and then I might consider him. All right, Jen. So we'll move on. So all of that said, Pella's back at the top, captain holding up the table, and for the rest of the show that we've got coming up for you listeners, we've got to head into our poddy team. So you remember last week we've created a poddy team where one of the pundits will be the manager each week. It was Sean the John McGinn fanboy's turn this week. We'll see how he got on next. After that, we've got the one clop, one flop. And then we're moving into our second half with a Rambolino question from the dugout. So our little rambling from the dugout comes in the second half. We'll then look ahead to the fixtures, and then we will go back to our poddy team and see how that's going to be set up for game week 3. Captain Russ is going to be leading that, having finished last season. Let's hope he doesn't take out Son and put in, who was it, De Bruyne? Not too bad, I suppose. And then we'll do our captain contenders. So that's the agenda, guys. With no further ado, moving into our poddy team. Sean and John McGinn fanboy, you were in charge this week. A lot of us were pressurising you, saying get rid of Son. He's not going to do it. What did you do? What was your tactic?
So this week I decided to go a bit controversial, go against all you guys. Last week you were having the Aubameyang loving, right? I think all of you even set him as your captain. Every single one.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and Arsenal completely sort of flopped on that, and I kind of predicted that. I called it last week. So I decided to take him out, and in his place, I replaced it with KDB, Kevin De Bruyne. So it was
What a move!
Yeah, it was kind of a tense week waiting till the last game on the Monday night, to see what he was going to do, especially all these goals branded about. And pretty happy to return 13 points, made him our captain as well. So doubled that up to 26.
Great shout.
Not quite as good as maybe doubling up Son, but at least Son was still in the team and he was still scoring for us.
Yeah.
95 points for the whole team as well. Not bad, Sean and John McGinn.
95 points takes us up to 336,000 in the world. So not bad after last week where we kind of underperformed. 95 there.
Pella's didn't set us up well, did he, for success in the first one? But he set his own team up okay. But Sean, you're a McGinn fanboy, you've turned it round. I'm really impressed, mate. Brilliant piece of business.
It's class. It's permanent, right?
I mean, class is permanent. You should have spent more time on your own team, mate.
Yeah. The other move I did do, which you laughed at, is I took McCarthy out with goals, right?
Yeah.
I decided to take him out, which paid off as they conceded 5. But unfortunately, the only player in our team I could replace him with was Nyland, who got told during the week that he's no longer got a future at Villa and will probably go again. So,
but congrats for not getting rid of Son. There were shouts to get rid of Son. There were shouts to get rid of Ing. We'd have lost 24 points and 11 respectively. We lost to Aubameyang. He only brought in a 5-point haul, and you gained 26 by captaining De Bruyne, had Mane. I think, lads, if it's taught us any lesson, it's don't panic. Don't jump the boat too early.
I've got a lot of pressure on me now, haven't I? It's, considering my track record for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you've got a lot to follow up on here.
Time to shine. It's time to shine, Captain.
We've got momentum behind us. As Sean said, we were 218,000th in the game week, and we are inside the top 300,000 now. So don't f*** it up.
We'll find out what you're going to do in the second part of the show, right? We'll chat about it second half. We'll give you some tips and you can let us know what you're thinking. That all said, then
ladies and gents, you can see our podcast team on the website. That's LeftBackFPL.com. If you want to have a little look at it, we'll also be posting it on Twitter at LeftBackFPL. And if you're really keen and want to be a part of it, you can also join our league where the LeftBackFPL team will be present. Have a go, try and beat us. Ricky Pellegrini, you've set up that. What's the code for that, the league to join?
So the code for our league is 06S7S8. So 06S7S8.
Just like someone calling out your flight number on very professionally done. Well done, man. If you didn't quite get that from Pellis's Essex twang, we will put it on Twitter, or you can find it on the leftbackfpl.com website. Okay, with all that said then, we move into the next section, the final section of our first half of the show for you, ladies and gents. It is the one clop, one flop. It's Sean, the John McGinn fanboy, to take it away. Sean, one thing. Your man, John McGinn, he played today, but he didn't do much other than get a yellow card. So he's my shout for a flop. But over to you. Who are you taking us with?
Oh, leave John out of this. Actually, interest in my team, Hibs, up in Scotland, the real football. His brother, Stephen, has always played for us for the last season. We also signed his other brother today. Or this week.
Superb.
So we still have the two of the McGinn trio.
What's the other brother called?
Paul McGinn.
Are they all midfielders?
They're all midfielders. Midfielders, nice. Defensive midfielders. So, yeah.
Nice.
That's it. But anyway.
Where are Hibs in the league, mate, incidentally?
They're third.
Okay.
Had a decent draw with Rangers yesterday, 2-2. So...
And now they've got the two McGinn brothers in. It will be like, was it Jedward, those two that are from Jedward. Okay, Sean, take it away, mate. One clop, one flop for the week.
The clop for the week, I think it's been a big week for them. A lot of exciting news. We just touched on it. But Tottenham Hotspur, right? Scoring 5 goals, and particularly Harry Kane and Son both stand out. A lot of people were quick to dismiss them last week. A lot of people were quick to transfer them out. And that result, along with them signing Bale, I think that's a great week for any Tottenham fan. And between them, they have to be Klopp of the week. That's up there.
Yeah, I think Jose was very pleased as well. You saw him actually get off of the bench and celebrate like he'd actually won something. And, going 4-1 up against Southampton really does bring such emotion. So well done.
Tears in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it was there with you.
At the other end of the table, I think Ross will give you a break this week. And to be perfectly honest, it should be me being the flop. But I'll let myself off. Why not? I think it has to be your boys, Jimmy. Man United.
Yeah.
What happened?
Bruno as well.
I think, and why I think it's going to be frustrating so many people is obviously no one really started with their players in their team. So a lot of people put big moves, double transfer, wildcard, etc. Put a lot of effort into getting them in their team, and just absolutely nothing. Miserable. So.
I mean, it was poor, and I can see why you've let yourself off, because you did so well for the podcast team. So I'd agree with that, but I fully agree with the United response. It was, as I was saying earlier, they didn't even put Wan-Bissaka in. He's an old Palace player who was going to obviously play harder against them, and he's quick. He goes up the wing, and they played Fosu Mensah. It was dire, guys. And the thing I want to finish off with United, it'll be a depressing end to the first half, but I just feel that last season I had such expectation. Like last week I was telling you guys we're going to win the league, we've got such young players, we're looking so fresh and fast. I know it's the first game, but the way we played, it's just like a team of players that think they've already achieved something. You haven't achieved anything. None of you have achieved a thing. You're not there yet, and it was really frustrating to watch it.
I think don't rule them off. Don't rule them off. I think it's the first week back.
They need to hear it. They need to hear it from Jimmy Ferguson. I hope my uncle was there. I saw him. He somehow got into the ground. He had his mask on. I don't know how old Sir Alex can get in, and I can't.
You can still see his whiskey nose, but
yeah. was violating all sorts of COVID rules. Anyhow, with all that said, I'm off to watch the 99 rerun again of us winning the treble.